Alright guys, so I thought I would do a little bit of a more vloggy video for you guys today. I'm actually heading off to Westfield, which is like a shopping center here in London, going to the Apple store because I'm actually about to pick up a second iPhone. And I thought I'd use that to kind of discuss social media, how it's fucking you up, how being in communication with people 24/7 is completely fucking you up, how I go completely against the grain with most people in terms of the whole networking. You gotta stay online, you gotta... I have like a very strong opinion. I've done the whole networking thing before. I've done the whole like DM and reach out to as many people as possible and do this and do that, etc., etc. And I've just kind of found what works for me now in my work schedule, in my communication, and how willing I am to communicate at certain times. So let's go pick up this phone, and then I thought I'd kind of discuss the main points.
These potential 16, 17-year-olds, Emma. Now, I would love to get, now, I know you're chalky a bit. This
Your
is
potential
maybe
client.
November to December. I want to get the boy.
Like I talk it, walk it, walk it like I talk it, walk it like I talk it.
Well, you know that, you've lived it and sweaty.
Last 30 seconds. Alright guys, just got off the phone with someone from my network a long time ago. Just came in as a new potential client. Well, I say potential, but pretty much the entire call was like, it was a great call, so probably 90% chance. We just have to have a meeting, close everything up, and yeah, we'll kind of move from there. So guys, really good start today. Now I've got to head off and pick up the second work phone. Alright guys, so we are in Westfield, about to head off to Apple. I think they're pretty like weird about recording. I remember last time I went to go do the iPhone 7 giveaway, if you guys remember that. Like one of the first things once I started making a bit of money was I gave away an iPhone 7 to one of my followers. I remember they're a bit iffy about filming. So, we're heading there, and then I'll talk to you guys once we're out. iPhone X. So I think we're gonna get white, because the one I have right now is black, so pick up white so there's less confusion. So guys, I told Sol that I had a little surprise and a little gift for him.
Wait, what?
So pick which one you want.
No, wait. Hold on. No. You said this was for you.
Well, I'm getting one for me and I'm getting one for you. So basically Sol's worked for me for around a year now, and like, you know, I got a lot of love for him. I don't think I'd be able to do what I do as efficiently without him. So yeah, dude, pick out a phone and
Huh?
Alright guys, so as I said, it was funny. Sol had absolutely no idea right up until the end. You seem a bit surprised.
I'm fucking stunned, bro, honestly.
Basically what happened was he went to Italy on a trip. He left his phone, he lost his phone. Turns out he told me when he came over to my apartment this morning that someone actually recovered it, and it's with like TFL now, but either way it was an iPhone 5S. iPhone 5S, so fuck that. We can't have an IAG team member working on that thing. So as I said, picked him up an iPhone X. Yeah, I hope you enjoy that, dude. And the second iPhone, this is pretty much the purpose of this this video. So this is my first phone, and guys, by the way, it doesn't need to be an iPhone X. This thing can be like a cheap piece of shit. You could have two iPhone 5s. Like, that's not the point of this. The point of this is the fact that like on here, let me tell you basically what happens. So at around 9 o'clock, I go to bed 10 p.m. At 9 o'clock, I turn my phone on airplane mode. What I'll do before then is I will download a podcast. I'll open up the Strides app and track all of my goals and my progress for that day. And I will also just make sure that there are no fires to put out before bed. So from 9 to 10, my phone is turned off. Now from 10, I sleep usually around 10. I wake up around 5:30. Now from 5:30, my gym opens at 6, or sometimes I will have tennis at 6. Now, my gym opens at 6, and I now have a training partner. So most of the time what I'll do is I'll take an Uber to the gym. Now the issue is when your phone is on airplane mode, for example, it's on airplane mode. The issue is, when like I have to turn it off to order an Uber, or I have to turn it off to order and for example, to get to tennis, I have to get an Uber, otherwise it's gonna take me like twice as long, 3 times as long. So what usually will happen, what I'll do these days is I'll just turn my phone off of airplane mode and I'll throw it onto my couch so all of the notifications come through. I have notifications turned off for everything except just the important ones, WhatsApp, iMessage, Uber, Stripe, PayPal. Those are the only ones that I have notifications turned on for. Nonetheless, that still gives me so much, anxiety and it's just like, it's a bitch in the morning. And for example, even if I'm listening to music in the gym, I have to take this thing with me. Now, at one swipe, I can instantly have so much dopamine go through my system. At one swipe to turn off airplane mode, I can have an influx of messages, an influx of, say, client invoices that come through, customer payments come through. I can check my affiliate dashboard. We're very lucky with the whole digital marketing space because there's so much opportunity and so much happening every single day. And by the way, don't mind this super oriental music. We're just in the shopping mall. But the issue with that is your brain gets absolutely fried with all of this dopamine stuff. So that's why I've picked up this new iPhone. And once again, guys, it doesn't need to be an iPhone X. For me, I did want to get something where I could still for example, Uber, say after tennis, take an Uber back home. I need sort of Wi-Fi and dating Roma, so I'll get a contract. Now, another thing I need you to understand is this is on company card. This, Sol's phone, it just came out of my own pocket. So keep in mind, for example, when this costs £1,000, I have to make around 2,100 pounds, send it to my personal account, and then I get this. With this, I don't get that 50% markup because it's through the business, and this takes down my profit, saving me more tax. So big benefits through running it through the business here. So that is one thing you need to understand. If you're starting out, I would recommend, even if you're just going to the gym, just get an iPod, get an iPod Touch. They cost £200 or $200 or whatever. And leave your phone at home, rather than using your phone for the music. Because guys, honestly, I know that if I have a good morning, I have a good day. And I know that I have a good morning when I don't touch my phone. When I wake up at 5:30, I get my exercise, I meditate, and I don't touch my phone until 1 o'clock. So, guys, even when I'm playing music between work blocks on my speaker, I have to play the music off of here now. I don't turn it off of airplane mode, but, and this is also something, I've been kind of holding off on getting a second work phone for a long time, but some of my mentors, Craig Ballantyne, he has 2 work phones. His friend Bedros Keuilian, he has 2 work phones. All of these people, Steve Larson, for example, all these mentors and coaches of mine, they all have 2 phones and they build a fence around them. And that's sort of the main purpose of this video is the person sitting behind this camera, Sol, he's my executive assistant. Now, no offense, Sol, I could get someone who's way more experienced, who's worked for huge companies or huge CEOs, who's very professional, who's all this stuff, but I like Sol because he understands my industry. He's been with me for a while, and to me, that's the most important thing. Now, Sol, his sole purpose is make sure that there is a fence around me and I'm protected in terms of my attention and my, for example, anxiety. Guys, the thing is, the song More Money, More Problems? More money, more business, more responsibility. And with responsibility comes anxiety, comes stress. So, the person behind this camera, he is, as I said, he's my executive assistant. He is the person that makes sure that all of the customer support, all that stuff is managed. I still do a lot of it myself because I like to have that relation. For example, if you send me a DM, it's me responding. But, some of that other stuff, from 5:30 until 1 o'clock, there could be a fire going on in the business, or at least the online digital side of things. Even my marketing agency with client relations, he will vet and make sure that there's nothing that needs to be put out immediately. And if it is an absolute must that it needs to be put out immediately, then I have a work phone that 3 people will know the contact number of. So guys, what I'm trying to get to here is read a book called Deep Work by Cal Newport. One thing that I see a lot of entrepreneurs do that I don't agree with at all is they are constantly spending their time on Facebook trying to network, Instagram trying to network, this thing trying to network. Guys, that's amazing, but I talk about Chris Record, I got this from him, income producing activities. From 5:30 until 1, if I go to the gym, if I have my tennis lesson, if I go steam room sauna, if I do my meditation, right, and I'm in the zone, and by 8 o'clock I'm at my desk, I have fucking crushed it. If I work from 8 o'clock to 1 o'clock, I will get more done in 4 hours than most people who say they're hustling and they're grinding will in a week. Anytime someone says they are hustling or grinding, trust me, I understand that place that you're coming from, because I was at that place too. You know, you're at that place where you're just starting out, you got a fucking chip on your shoulder, and it's all about like just pushing through. But at the end of the day, guys, I can tell you the best results you'll get is when you just discipline yourself. You know, the only reason you don't have the car you want, the only reason you don't have the lifestyle you want, the girl you want, or the guy you want, or the gratitude in your life that you want is literally you. So, you know, I think it's so important to discipline yourself. I think it's so important to have those power hours where you can just focus and you can get to the most important tasks in your business. And for example, with me, if we look at, for example, let's even just look at my calendar today, you'll see that, so let me know how well that shows. Is that fine? It doesn't need to show specifics, but yeah, does that like come through? Okay, so for example, you'll see from 5:30 until 1, absolutely nothing. Then from 1 on, I have a call at 2, a call at 2:40, one at 3, one at 4, one at 5:20. Like, these are all money calls. These are all potential clients, potential customers, potential consulting clients, and potential like collaborations. I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to network. I'm happy to see all these incredible people out there. But not when it's gonna sacrifice the most important thing. And the most important thing is having a better service. For example, if you're in marketing, having a better service for your clients. If you're in affiliate marketing, having better offers and promotions for your audience. If you have digital products like me, having a better product and delivering a better service. You know, if you're doing Amazon FBA, like that is the most important thing. That and selling it and putting the frameworks in place to sell it. You know, so guys, thought I'd do more of a vlog style. As I said, 2 main kind of takeaways. First of all, first thing I want to say is, you know, it's May 2018 now. None of this would have been possible a year ago. Guys, the most incredible thing about having money, let me tell you something. April last month, tax season just started, or the new tax season just started. If my company starts doing, you know, we're at around $60,000 to $80,000 a month profit. If my company starts doing $250,000 a month profit, I don't take any more money. Last month, I took 3,000 pounds out of my company to live off of. You know, I have I think you guys saw on my Instagram story, I have, you know, I'm working with my accountant now just to put forward a 6-figure tax advance. I have my apartment paid off for 8 months. I have employees paid off for 3 months. You know, I've tried to give advances to people and stuff like that I believe in. So, you know, this would not have been possible a year ago. The cool thing about money, when you start getting a bit of money, is you can afford, for example, with me, like a meditation coach, you can afford to have 2 phones for maximum productivity. You can afford to have, you know, some of my coaches and mentors charge $5,000 or $1,000 an hour, $5,000 for a 1-day shared group mastermind, $30,000 for a mastermind group. You know, that for me, that's the exciting thing about once you start making a bit more money. You can get really healthy, clean food delivered to your house every Sunday. You know, you can. There's just so much heavy lifting that the people around you, for example, the person behind this camera, my executive assistant, which I'm so fucking grateful for, you know, they can do some of the heavy lifting so that I can focus on the most important things and the things that are just gonna make the biggest impact in my life and my clients' and customers' life. So guys, I really hope you took something from it. Number one, as I said, take care of the people around you, because when you find high quality team members, outsourcers, contractors, keep them around, because, you know, as I said, they're hard to come by. And number two, you know, make your life easier, limit distractions, network. I'm not saying don't network or don't respond to DMs. I respond to pretty much all of my DMs. I'm not saying don't respond to Facebook messages, but what I'm saying is, first things first, move the business ahead, and then you can dedicate your time to all that other stuff. So guys, hope you enjoyed this video. You saw me talk to a new potential client, pretty much a guaranteed client. You saw a bit into my mind, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.
Beautiful.